Hey there, friends. Happy Thursday to you. I am so glad it's Thursday. I enjoy Thursday so much. And as promised, I'm going to show you guys my new action figures. I'm so excited. I have taken them out of the box for y'all. That's how much I love y'all. This is Thor from the movie Ragnarok, and he has his Mjolnir. I know that's not the way to pronounce that. I can't quite get the pronunciation correct. But this is Thor's hammer. I love the back of Thor because there's like a skull right there, which is super neato, cool. And Chris got me Loki as well because I told him that I love Thor and I love Loki. I love Thor and Loki because despite the fact that there's so much animosity between them, they somehow or another can always pull together in a crunch. And I think that's what Ragnarok was all about. I really did. Enjoyed that movie so much. So, yay! I now have Thor and Loki, and these are Cause Baby bobbleheads. But Chris and I did agree that they don't bobble very much. But Thor and Loki will join my new Captain Jack Sparrow from my daughter, and they will live happily perched on my desk. I love them. I just think they're the grandest things in the whole wide world. Okay, so happy Thursday. We've had our little Thor and Loki show and tell. I've got 2 new journals for the shop. I am also experimenting with some lighting. I've been having trouble with my light, but it just seems very glare-y, and I don't know if you guys have had trouble like that before with your light. Mine just seems to have developed this terrible glare, and no matter what I do, I cannot seem to get it positioned correctly. So if you guys have any suggestions about the correct positioning of an light, I've had mine a couple years. The thing is that I have never changed the light bulb in it because it's never gone out. So is that something you're supposed to do? I just don't know. I have a couple new journals to go in the shop. This one is already sold, but I will do a show and tell you about this journal because it is a rather very different, unique sort of journal made for a very specific reason. The other journal that I have going in the shop is one of our favorite fabrics. This is the ivory version of Tock. I love this fabric. Do I ever not say that? I love working with these fabrics. You know, working with fabrics is not like the easiest thing in the whole entire world, but it just gives a journal just such a fun look, such a cool look, you know, kind of a retro-ish look when, you know, those days when we actually did have leather-covered books and cloth-covered books, you know, that kind of retro-ish look. Of course, I do love numbers. I love the spirals. This book is finished with a Tim Holtz number brad. This time it's number 18. So let's flip this over and take a look at the spine. The spine came together in such a delightful way. I chose some etched faux metal beads as well as some Czechoslovakian crystal beads, some of these small mirrored beads, and I added some glass beads as well as some of my rolled paper beads. I am really running low on rolled paper beads. I've got to get busy making some. Let's take a look at this journal and see what she looks like inside. I've been really enjoying stamping in my journals. I've been using a cream cardstock. I think this is an 80-pound cardstock. And doing some stamping in these journals, I really do like that. I think it adds a lot to them. You've got a mini book to play with here, a tag right here. Your tag says good vibes. This is some handmade Indian paper. It's just Absolutely beautiful. An old dictionary page, more old text pages for you to play with. A fabric page as well. So that is our first signature, is just like the text pages that we love to work with. More of this great paper, you guys. It's very sparkly. It's very shiny. It looks like a holiday. To quote Rain Man. I cut you guys out some little paper flowers to play with. More tags, numbers, papers back here. ATCs throughout this book, as well as lots of these tags. They're ready to go, you guys. You decorate them, you use your hairy paper clips up here and make a tie for them. They are ready to go. The corners have been rounded and all that stuff that just makes it look so nice. My mom gave me a bunch of butterfly paper, so I wanted to share with you guys. This is a vintage mushroom Hallmark playing card. Love it. I dig the sticky notes. This one says urgent, and we've talked before about things that are urgent and things that aren't. And I think that we need to remove a lot of that urgency from our lives. I don't know about you, but when I get up in the morning, it is go, 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 go. And I don't have any children. I mean, my children are grown and gone. My children are like 32 and 39 now. It just does not seem like I can catch a time break. How appropriate that we landed on this time fabric page right here. I've started tracking my time, and I mean incrementally, to see where, am I wasting it? Am I not doing the things that I need to do? I think that this is good and bad. I would rather not do it and feel productive at the end of the day, instead of tracking my time and trying to figure out where it's going. I don't sit, I don't waste time, but I cannot figure out why I am not more productive. So anyway, that's like a little time element right there, and I'll show you guys in my planner how I've been tracking my time. And I tell you guys, it's very, very enlightening to do that. A few beautiful magazine images for you guys to play with. More of the clock fabric page. This is a wooden clock, again on the paper that says urgent, with pink paper under it that has really pretty little sparkly dots on it. Very cool. This, you guys, is a texture pad. It is put together with a key, and it's just different kinds of texture. I would take this off, but it's going to be really hard to get back on. So you can fan the book out and take a look at the textures. I think there are 5 textures under here, and that's a great start for an art trading coin or a card, whichever you guys are doing now. I am really loving art trading coins. I'm kind of semi-addicted to them. They're a lot of fun. I think it's cool to work with that circular element, because we always work with rectangles or squares or that kind of thing. So working with something circular is really super cool. Ride a unicorn, swim with mermaids, chase a rainbow. Again, all elements that you can use to make an ATC or an oversized ATC, or use these beautiful little elements in your journal. I love this image from, this was from, I think it was just from a flyer, maybe a Penny's flyer or something like that. This is a distressed magazine image of a mother and child. I think she is just way super cool. Chipboard pieces for you to play with. A vintage card from the 1950s-ish. Ephemera collection of the Nielsen family. This is a sweet little Valentine card that says, "Keep this under your hat, I love you." This card is signed Mary and Jean. an envelope full of goodies for you to play with, as well as an oversized ATC. This is a great palette for all the goodies that are in this pocket. Another little pocket for you guys to play with. It features beautiful papers. This is these Disney Princess cards that I got at the thrift store when I went for my birthday. More chipboard pieces right here. I love these butterflies, y'all. I have not used a sheet of them yet, but I just think that they are so gorgeous and beautiful. Very vibrant. I got these at Lidl when I went shopping the other day for our groceries. Lidl has become a good place for me to shop. However, they don't take coupons, and I'm a big couponer. I'm a big frugalista. I make lists and match the sales items with my coupons, and that's the way that we roll here because we are both freelancers, and it kind of pays to watch your bucks when you're a freelance person. Another pocket of stuff for you to play with, this time in a paper bag. We've talked about the memories of paper bags. I told you guys the story about me walking to Mr. Wilson's store when my brother was just a toddler and buying banana popsicles for me and my mom when he was taking a nap. It made me feel so special to be carrying those little popsicles home in my little paper bag, and I had to hurry home. I mean, we were only a half a block from the little store, the little neighborhood store. Mr. What did I just call him? Do you see how my head is working? I swear, since I turned 60, you guys, part of my brain just left my body. Wilson, Mr. Wilson's store. Oh. And clumsy? I don't know what that's all about. You over 60s need to chime in. Why didn't you guys warn me that 60 means clumsy? I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. I ripped my toe open on the stairs, and then it was like I just kept hitting it on everything. I mean, what is it? I knocked drinks over yesterday like 3 times. I'm just, you over 60s needed to warn me about that. This is a little tag that says good vibes. The pitter patter in the background is Mr. Kronk trying to find a place to lay his bones. He was 12 years old last Friday. Auntie Boo Boo, have a happy birthday. He did have a happy birthday. Another vintage greeting card. This one is a get well card. It says a prayer for you. This is from the collection of Miss Geneva. God's love to all. I think that this is just a gorgeous vintage Christmas card. It's a little angel and he's hugging a deer. There's a rabbit right here and a bird. Absolutely beautiful. It's signed George and Beryl. Beryl is a name that you don't hear often. Another chipboard piece right here. Lots of love. The card is signed to Miss Geneva, Ruth, Dick, Stephen, and David. And another pocket of fun for you to play with. This time features Amelia Earhart as one of those distressed magazine images that I love to play with, and another clock right here, a wooden clock right here. This journal will go in the shop just a little later on this afternoon. It is Thursday, so sometime Thursday afternoon she will go in the shop. The next journal, you guys, is sold, but I wanted to tell you a bit about it. My friend lost her sister earlier this year, and she, as anybody would, you guys, misses talking to her sister. So she wanted a journal that that would reflect her conversations with her sister. Now, I need to find my notes because I did take notes as I was was making this journal. She wanted something whimsical, but also something that had a lot of writing space in it. And I'll tell you why. Let's check out the spine. The spine is quite simple, you guys. I did one of my homemade bohemian beads. There's a quartz point. These are wonderful facilitators of conversation between the worlds. And this is a crystal teardrop. I thought it was representative of the tears that my friend has shed over her sister's passing. Let's take a look inside the journal, and I'll kind of explain to you why I chose the elements that I did. So this journal does have a little tie on it. It starts out with our steampunk lady and the word sisterhood. I have a precious biological sister. I also have friends that I consider my sisters. I call them soul sisters. And I think that all of us are like that. We have biological families, and we have families that we have created as life has called upon us to do so. The little book has a fairy to start out. Fairies are kind of one of those little creatures that they are between the worlds, and I do believe in fairies. I believe that fairies are all around us. Fairies are, to me, fairies are of the angel realm. I put a calendar in here because I felt like my friend maybe needed to be aware of the days that she and her sister are communicating, and maybe even the moon signs that seem to be advantageous to their communication. My friend has been to she's been to 3 metaphysical healers, and I know these people are friends of hers, but each one has said, hey, you need to keep a journal. You need to be writing things down. When you feel your sister coming through, just write it down. Get a journal and write it down. Each of these metaphysical healers has suggested that my friend keep a journal just for herself, for her feelings. And of course, we all know, you guys, how healing journals really are. The text pages, I could see my friend maybe reading to her sister reading through her, pointing to certain words. We all know that communication is a little tricky when one person is in physical shoes and the other person is not in physical shoes. Sometimes it's just a little bit tricky. I hope that I'm not scaring you guys. I spent a year as an assistant to one of the leading paranormal investigators, and it opened my eyes to the fact, friends, that there just is no death. Now, that's what I believe, but I also believe that everybody has to believe the way that they are most comfortable. If you listen to Abraham Hicks, Abraham calls it croaking because there is no death. You just croak, and then you get into that stream of well-being, and your stream goes really, really fast, and you're finally where you're supposed to be. I love this picture of Amelia Earhart and her husband. We're uncertain about what happens when we pass from one realm into the other, and we never found out quite what happened to Amelia Earhart. I like to think that she happily passed into that other realm, and that she is alive and well on the other side now. I do not know if my friend's sister had children, but I thought that a vintage Mother's Day card would be a sweet addition because, of course, my friend and her sister shared a mama. It also kind of points you to the seasons. What was one of my friend's sister's fondest Easter memories? You know, her Christmas memories. Plenty of white spaces for my friend to write, and that's the healing element in this journal, you guys. Just lots of places to write, to collage, to feel things out. Here are 2 big pieces of paper for my friend to collage on. Valentine's Day. Did my friend's sister like Valentine's Day? Did she not like Valentine's Day? I do not know what happened with the giraffe in the background. He just wanted to be a part of this book. A little bit of travel. I think this will remind my friend of maybe journeys she took with her sister, places that they went, places that they wanted to go and were not able to go. More pages for her to write. Butterflies represent a metamorphosis, and I thought that they were very appropriate in this journal, as are numbers. I think numbers are kind of like a bridge. I don't know if you guys have ever had the experience of a number just kind of showing up and showing up and showing up and showing up, and it's like, why does this number keep poking its head at me? And there's always something to that. There's always something to that. Sometimes it's not evident, but then in a few months you'll go, oh, okay, so I get that now. I understand. The element of home and family. I thought that it was important to include home and family in this journal for my friend. There are a few things in here for her to play with. Ride a unicorn, swim with mermaids, chase a rainbow. I want my friend to be comforted by this journal. I want her to find some peace by writing. She, can do some directed writing. If her sister pops in and says, hey, my friend who is a metaphysical investigator was amazing. She would do directed writing, and if you don't know what directed writing is it's when you sit still with a pencil in your hand and a piece of paper and you write what comes into your stream of consciousness kind of thinking. I saw things that stood my hair on end. I could not believe what I was actually physically seeing with my eyeballs when I was helping her out. It's refreshing to know that there is something there. This is a collaborative journal for my friend and her sister. They'll both be working on it. Her sister was now here, and now she's in a different place. And I want this journal to be a place where my friend can write and dictate and be free with her sister and have good vibes from her sister as well. Like I said, this journal is sold. If you are interested in a journal like this, I would be happy. You can message me at my Etsy store, and I would be happy to put one together for you. I do not have any more of these little fairies. My fairies are gone, but we can always talk about like another image that might help you facilitate a conversation with a loved one. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and for listening to my rambling about Loki and Thor and journals and the metaphysical world and all kinds of stuff. Thank you guys so much. I will talk to you soon. Bye.